What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Paddock, and today we are going to learn one of my favorite Cannonball Adderley licks. Cannonball Adderley is one of my all-time favorite saxophone players because of his ability to add funk and soul into jazz and bebop lines. And today we're going to take a look at one of his most famous licks that you can hear in the tune Freddie Freeloader. The tune Freddie Freeloader is in the key of B-flat concert, which on alto saxophone is G, and on tenor saxophone or trumpet, that would be C. The lick that he is playing is over a G7 chord. So we are going to learn it over the G7 chord in the key of G7, but we're going to learn it with numbers so that we can transpose this into any key that you'd like to play it in. So the first thing you want to do before we even start learning the lick is play your G7 chord, which is G, B, D, and F natural. It is F natural because the 7 tells you that it is a flat 7. So you have G, B, D, F. So those four notes, G, B, D, and F, are going to be your main notes in the lick. And the scale that the lick is based on is your G mixolydian scale, which is a G major scale with a flat 7. So it's a G scale with an F natural instead of F sharp. And this lick uses every note in the scale. So for reference, here is the lick. Now Cannonball uses grace notes and scoops and all kinds of stuff on the notes, but we're going to learn the lick naked, meaning without any of that, so that it'll be easier to transpose into other keys. And once we get it down, we'll add in some of the inflections that he does. I'm going to put the lick below so that you can see it as we're working on it. You'll also notice that I have the scale numbers above the lick so that you can see what I'm talking about by the numbers. And when we go to transpose it, that will make life way easier. So the lick starts on the and a 4 on the 1 and goes to the 3 in a quarter note triplet. So it's 3, 3, 4, 3, 1. So you have quarter note triplet, and then back to 3, 1. So you have 1, 3, 3, 4, 3, 1. So what Cannonball Adderley is an absolute expert at doing is shifting the time around through using triplets and eighth notes, as well as using his articulation to change things around. So he'll be jamming out in 4/4, but the way he articulates and phrases and the rhythms that he chooses make his solos, even though he's playing straight ahead bebop, sound really funky and have a way different feel than typical bebop players. Okay, so the first lick. Then he has a little run, which is flat 7, 5, 4, jump down the 1. These are all 16th notes. So let's put that all together. So those 16th notes are the bridge that gets you back into the little triplety lick. So it goes back into the 3. Listen to it all together. So you can hear that the triplet, the quarter note triplet, is the main thing, and the 16th notes are just connecting them. And then he ends the lick with 8th note triplets landing on the flat 7, which sounds super hip. Super cool lick. And it's all just your G mixolydian scale. He's not using any flat 9s or flat 3rds or anything else. He's just playing a G mixolydian scale and making it sound super cool by shifting the beat around with the triplets. And then when he plays it, he also does a bunch of scoops and grace notes. So listen to the whole lick one more time. So as you noticed when I just played it, I added in the grace notes and the scoops that he does. What he does in the key of G when he is playing this is he puts grace notes on all the notes in the first quarter note triplet and the B that follows it. So you have, which makes it way cooler. This is the lick without it. This is the lick with it. Way, way, way cooler. And the next inflection he does is scooping into the B after the 16th notes. It just makes it sound way cooler when he scoops into that B. It gives it a way bluesier feel. So if you listen to it together with the embellishments that he adds, Then to finish it out, in the 8th note triplet, he brings out the B, which is the first note of the triplet, and then he lands pretty strong on that flat 7, which is the F natural. Now, the reason that we learned this lick naked is because when you change this into different keys, those embellishments might not work as well. If you have to flip-flop your fingers, or if it's just in a weird spot on your horn, or it doesn't sound good when you're playing lower, those grace notes and scoops might not work in different keys, but they sound great in the key of G. So now let's take this lick and put it in the key of D. So in the key of D, our 1 is D, so that's pretty easy. We play a D. Then the quarter note triplet going into the 8th notes is 3, 3, 4, 3, 1. Again, that's pretty easy. So our 3 in the key of D is F sharp. So you have F sharp, G, F sharp, D. Now we have the 16th note run. That's going to be the hardest part to figure out. That is flat 7, 5, 4, 1. So your flat 7 is C natural, your 5 is A, your 4 is G, and your 1, of course, is D. So let's put it all together. And then for the quarter note triplet, we go back to the 3. So we go 3, 5, 6. So in the key of D, that'd be F sharp, A, B. And then we end the lick with 3, 1, 2, flat 7. So that is F sharp, D, E, C natural. So let's put the whole lick together in the key of D. When I was talking about the embellishments that Cannonball adds in the key of G and how great they work in the key of G, when we try to do these in the key of D, they don't feel good at all. So the grace notes going on the F sharp and the G would sound like this. They're just super awkward because of your F going to your F sharp and then your F sharp going to your G. It just doesn't feel good at all to play. So we wouldn't add all of those embellishments in this key. We might do a grace note on the first one. Maybe on the first F sharp and the triplet, and then the first F sharp and the 8th note. That feels way better to me. That feels way better. So you're gonna have to change your embellishments depending on what key you are in. So that is your super cool Cannonball Adderley blues lick. You can use this lick over G7, and if you transpose it, you can use it over any dominant chord because it is based on the dominant scale, the mixolydian scale, which is a major scale with a flat 7, and this lick has all 7 notes that are in your mixolydian scale. Thanks for taking the time to check out this video. I hope that you can add this Cannonball Adderley lick into your solos. And if you can, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and share it with your friends. Thanks a lot.